Hey, what's up, guys? John here. What Amazon is doing right now signals to everyone what is to come for America and this country. We are going to see a massive economic problem, unlike anything we've ever seen before. I'm not saying that to scare anyone, but I personally believe Amazon, Walmart, these large corporations, they have better information than me and you. They have better information than Sally's Beauty or, Joe's Deli. They have the best information. They are getting it right from the source, and they're making these strategic bets accordingly. That's what I personally believe. I think that they are in that situation in which they're getting fed that information, and they're obviously putting their money where their mouth is to best serve their interest with that information. Now, take a look at this, and you tell me, do you think that we are stepping into a real problem? Because I would personally believe that during a traditional recession or economic pullback, what would likely happen is that that's an opportunity for Amazon to gobble up more market share because everyday consumers are strapped for cash, and they're strapped. What are they going to do? They're going to try to extend every penny and dollar to buy as much as possible, and they're going to do it on Amazon or Walmart. That's simply what's going to happen. Amazon can literally deliver direct if you have Amazon Prime. I mean, they're allowing the consumer to save money. They're delivering it direct to the consumer. And on top of all of that, what's ultimately happening? They're saving gas. The consumer saving gas rather than going to small business, and they are saving time, which they could use to work to make more money. Now, I personally believe this signals it all. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. YouTube's going to share this content, educate more people about what's going on. Amazon had closed 4 of its 5 call centers. It shifts from work from home after closing 44 warehouses, halting construction on 7 office towers. I mean, this is substantial. Last year and a half, they doubled their footprint, and now they're looking to really pull back significantly on this. Amazon, which booked net losses Q1 and Q2 totaling nearly $6 billion. You look at their stock. I mean, it's definitely not been a great year for Amazon. $6 billion totaling, whose shares have fell almost 40% from their high in last July, is undertaking large-scale efforts to cut costs, including commercial real estate costs. It is closing or canceling 44 warehouses across America. It's halting construction on 6 office towers and won't start construction on the 7th. And now it emerges that it plans to close 4 of its 5 call centers in the U.S. and switch those customer service reps to working from home. Now, what I personally believe is going to happen is Amazon, they're not going to spend $25 an hour, $20 an hour for call centers here in America. It doesn't make any sense. You can hire someone in Bangladesh or overseas that they really speak good English. Not, it's not poor customer service, it's really good English. And you could probably hire 5 people or 6 people for the price of a person here in America. That's what I think Amazon's going to be doing with American call centers. Amazon currently operates 5 call centers in the U.S., which is in Washington, Kentucky, Arizona, West Virginia, Houston, Texas. It plans to close 4 of them. Either the Houston or Huntington facility will likely remain open. Amazon confirmed to Bloomberg that the call center work will be shifted to work from home. Even before the pandemic, it already allowed some call centers to work from home. We're offering additional members of our customer service team the increased flexibility that comes with working virtually. An Amazon spokesperson told Bloomberg, "We are working with employees to make sure their transition is seamless while continuing to prioritize best-in-class support for customers." Many U.S. call centers, not having to commute is a big benefit, and this should make recruitment easier, reduce turnover. In an economy where hiring and employee turnover are tough challenges for employers, in addition, Amazon can recruit call center workers around the U.S., essentially anywhere with good internet connection, and is no longer tied to particular cities. By cutting out 4 of its 5 call centers, Amazon will save on the cost of running them, including administration and real estate costs, and lawsuits. I mean, lawsuits, they're very, very common, especially if you have a business, you have 20, 30, 40 employees. The idea of someone not running into a situation with another person or potentially quitting or getting fired and simply saying the reason that they got fired was because of X, Y, or Z. I mean, there's always legal costs. When you have everyone working from home, I mean, what can someone say? What can they claim? They're working from home on their own terms and conditions. I personally believe you're going to save on utilities, you're going to save on all of the administrative costs, you're going to save on legal, you're going to save on office, you're going to save, it's just like a massive opportunity to save money. And this is essentially going to benefit these large corporations more so than anything, especially when it comes from, they're not worried about company culture. running call centers and dealing with customer service. They're not worrying about that. The company culture is going to be mainly from top CEOs and from the decision makers that are really building out and growing the plan for the business. That company culture is going to be a hell of a lot easier to run and manage if they can reduce their footprint and keep it just to the people that need to be in the office. In July, it emerged that Amazon was halting construction on 4 of the 5 towers and will not even start construction on the 6th tower. All of them in downtown Bellevue, Washington. Amazon also halted construction on its office tower in Nashville, Tennessee, where it already has a tower, and it slashed the amount of office space it had planned on leasing at Hudson Yards in Manhattan. That's quality real estate, where it had been leasing space since 2019, and this would be an additional space. The entire office sector of commercial real estate is already in trouble with sky-high vacancy rates and is very uncertain future as demand for office space has plunged amid working from home, and it is a sudden recognition that the future of these office towers are built for in huge numbers. Yeah, I mean, what's going to happen with these office towers, I promise you, all across the country, when you start to see 30, 40, 50% vacancy rates, these are all going to get repurposed into housing. This is going to change. They're going to repurpose and reutilize this space. People aren't going to spend the same type of money. You might think, well, they're just going to, they're going to just have less vacancies or less occupancies. What's ultimately going to happen is rents are going to start to fall down if there's more availability than there is supply. And then ultimately what's going to happen is the owners of these buildings that bought these properties at a 5% return, at a 5% vacancy and a 5% return are like, hey, you know what? Now I have a 25% or 40% or 50% vacancy and then rents are falling. I mean, it's going to be a massive, massive problem, and interest rates are rising. So you're not going to be able to refi these buildings, not going to be able to take money out of these buildings. It's going to be a big problem in the commercial space. There's no doubt about it. And I think Amazon is cutting their cost and their losses there as well because they know there's going to be great investing opportunities coming. Prices for office REITs have plunged below their March 2020 lows. Boston Properties is down 50% from February 2020, most of which over the past 5 months, Verano Real Estate Trust plunged the lowest in about 20 years, is down almost 70%. From February 2020. In terms of warehouses, in May, it emerged that Amazon would shed between 10 million and 30 million square feet of office space that it took during the pandemic, but that it won't need anymore. It is leasing these warehouses and trying to sublease them at some other companies. Same thing, Airbnb is trying to sublease their office right now in California. They're trying to sublease. A lot of these tech companies, they're looking to reduce their exposure. And why would they try to reduce their exposure if this was just going to be a traditional recession? It's not. I personally believe they know that big problems are coming and they want to really position themselves for this. This instantly pulled the rug out from under what was then the still red hot industrial segment of commercial real estate. Amazon is a giant in the industrial space. In late June, it emerged that Amazon has delayed or canceled plans for 13 warehouses around the country. It has recently emerged that Amazon has in fact closed or canceled 44 warehouse facilities and delayed the opening of an additional 25 facilities. Shares the giant of the warehouse REITs and super hot stock during the pandemic as Amazon was ramping up the industrial sector has plunged 42% from the high of April 28th, just days before Amazon's warehouse footprint reduction became publicly known, which took the whole sector down. Now, this is what I personally think. I personally believe what we are going to see over the next 3 to 5 years is we are going to start to see a lot of these strip centers, a lot of these very, small mom and pop strip centers, they have a deli and they have a laundromat and they have a few shops. I think what we're going to see around the country is we're going to see these get repurposed. We're going to start seeing e-commerce stores. We're going to start seeing Amazon having these little pop-up shops all over the country where they kind of just bring products in for a day, 2 days, 3 days, and then they sell them. Right? People are going to really start to repurpose all of the commercial real estate throughout the country that doesn't have the cash flow coming in, that really can't justify. And I think what they're going to be doing is they're going to be utilizing it through a lot of these online e-commerce stores, because there's nothing else that they can do with these strip centers. The office buildings could very likely be converted into housing, which they're already doing in a lot of places like Brussels, New York, even in Texas. They're doing it in California. They're moving in this direction. So we are going to witness a whole slew of inventory coming up that Amazon is saying, you know what, why am I going to pay top dollar and build out warehouses? Why am I going to do this, or why are we going to do this when all of this new inventory is going to come up? Because we're going to be stepping into a massive recession and most people aren't going to be able to hold on. We'll just sit here tight overnight with our billions and billions of dollars and wait for the distress to hit the American public. And as that happens, then we'll run out there and buy up all the properties in all the key markets that we want to be in. That's what I think is going to happen. But I'm curious, what do you think? Do you think that they are, maybe making the right move? Do you think they're making the wrong move? Drop it below. Let's have a conversation about this. Hit the like button. If you need help fixing your credit, we would love to help you. CashNow.video. If you'd like to make money from home, working 1 hour a day, completely for free, we will train you. CashNow.video/money. Join the Discord and LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter up in the banner. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.